Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty crazy news that essentially Sony and PlayStation 5 basically swindle the Xbox and Microsoft with this major deal. Now, I'm sure some of you guys might be kind of curious on like the title or what's kind of going on over here. If you guys remember back in maybe like a week ago or so, there was some really big major drama when it came to MLB The Show, Xbox Game Pass getting it, and a lot of people up on like the PlayStation, etc., kind of having some weird concerns on the fact that a Sony-based game was able to be gotten even cheaper on the Xbox Game Pass. Now, that is still somewhat of a big valid concern, I'd say, but funny enough, there's even more things mixed on in with this now kind of big drama. And at least for me, I kind of feel like Sony kind of prepped themselves up for this and kind of somehow skewed this to their own advantage. So we're going to go talk about that throughout this video. I guess it's kind of nice just in terms of all the drama folks out there. It's not the biggest drama out there, but it's kind of a little fun video to go and talk about. And as always, for these types of videos, once we dive on into it, would love to hear your thoughts down below. Just want to go check and see for the Amazon links because it did drop last night, just for cancellations, warehouses, whatever. That's linked down below. Subscribe for the PS5 giveaway that's going on for the channel, or be subscribed for the PS5 restock videos with notifications on. We also do have the Twitter and Twitch stream linked down below if you guys want to go and follow. And of course, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Let's go actually down the video itself. So just a really quick recap as I kind of touched on over there. You guys can skip ahead if you guys know the story. But basically, MLB, The Show, is a pretty popular, baseball franchise that specifically has been for the PlayStation 5. It was actually even made by a PlayStation studio, but there was some major controversy mixed on in with it, where it was essentially able to be played on the day one release on the Xbox Game Pass. Now, we had two major issues with that because number one, it's literally on an Xbox ecosystem in general, but then number two, because the Xbox Game Pass, you could also play it for way cheaper. So a lot of people were kind of worried about it. We kind of also saw a lot of maybe rumors that basically like the very big higher on ups for the actual baseball association itself more so wanted to have all of the games be able to go play on every console, like more of a contract type thing, that they were specifically saying, no, we want this on Xbox, we want this on PlayStation, we want it on everywhere, so you kind of have to do this. That's only been kind of mostly rumors, but we've seen lots of confirmation, so I'm pretty sure it is pretty much true. But one major thing that we've kind of noted, and it's kind of like how the title for this video kind of comes about, is that it kind of seems like Sony and the PlayStation 5 somewhat swindled this all on up. And I'm going to talk about this now. So just in case you guys are curious on what I'm talking about, the major issue on over here is that the MLB, the game, literally has been running better on confirmed cases than on the Xbox Series X. Very interesting. So it basically has a clear frame rate advantage. We've also seen other people up on even like on Reddit and stuff, basically on the MLB Reddit, saying stuff like, is anyone else experiencing lag on road to show Xbox One, or is anyone else have it? We also saw a few other threads too as well, where basically like the game was just having a little bit of issues. It was running a lot better on PlayStation 5. There's a few little maybe like frame rate kind of slogs going on. And of course, I'm not someone who's a fan of this. I think no matter what you guys are on console-wise, Xbox or PlayStation, if you pay money for it, I think you should deserve to have a good gameplay experience. So I am not out here trying to be like, heck yeah, Xbox people are having issues. I don't think they should. I feel like it's kind of dumb. But we actually have been seeing lots of issues when it comes to the actual Xbox itself and also Xbox Series X and S. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of someone having issues for me to kind of boast my more preferred console up, but it is kind of interesting to kind of see how Sony actually more so focused on their own thing. But of course, it does make sense because it is a Sony studio, so essentially they do have like the Sony infrastructure in mind, and of course, it'd probably make more sense too if basically a native PlayStation 5 game would run better on the PlayStation. So without all that further ado, let's go kind of talk a little bit more on the article itself, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below if this is all you guys kind of watched into. But basically, MLB The Show, it does now been confirmed that it runs better on the PlayStation 5 than it does in the Xbox Series X. The news comes from Digital Foundry's Richard Ledbetter, who concluded on the PlayStation Studios developed title has a clear frame rate advantage when compared to the Xbox Series X version of the game. Both games also run at the same resolution too, so there's not any like weird resolution issues or stuff like that. However, Ledbetter also makes some astute observations regarding the port, because it is technically a port because it's more so meant for the PS5 and to port over to the Xbox and also maybe PC. Noting that this would have been the first game developed on the Xbox Series X by Sony's MLB-focused Santa Monica team, likely resulting in the performance inefficiencies that we now know about. Which kind of actually makes sense too, once again, as I mentioned, because it is physically made by Sony, so they're probably more efficient with the actual Sony architecture. They could probably go and more so test it with it. They've probably been working on it longer and all that stuff. It would make sense and why it'd be running better on the PS5 as well. You guys will kind of leave their comments over there. MLB The Show has been repeatedly in the news as of late, kind of how I touched on you guys before, how there was some drama on the Game Pass and X-Play and everything else, crossplay and all that stuff. But basically, also the confirmation too. And this still does kind of rub me off the wrong way a little bit, is I am definitely not the biggest fan of it being on Game Pass, especially because it is a Sony game. Without a doubt, we still think that Xbox probably actually went on over and probably paid a lot of money towards it to go and actually get it on Game Pass, or maybe just more so actual contractual stuff from the MLB itself. It can kind of go either way. But that still does kind of go and rub me off the wrong way, because and I just don't want to pay full money when someone else can get it cheaper. I'd rather both be cheaper. Like, what if Sony just put it on like a $15 PS Now subscription instead? Like, I'd be okay with that. I would down. So to kind of go and continue off of the article, I'm going to talk more about the main subject in a second. But basically, it said a lot of people are just not imagining that this would ever happen a year ago. And I'm one of those people. I really don't think, like, this is basically the equivalent sometimes still of having like a Ratchet and Clank on the Xbox or like Horizon on Xbox. Not to the same extent, because it is a sports game. It is slightly different, but I don't know. And of course, the article does go and state, speaking of Game Pass, rumors are also afoot that Sony is working on their own rival to the service. We keep on seeing this news up. I've even reported on this myself. I wish I knew exactly what they want to do, but for the love that is all that's holy, give us like a discount on AAA games. Sell me Ratchet and Clank for $40 if I have PS Plus. Sell me Horizon for $40. Give it to me for free. Give me like 10 hours for free. Whatever it is, go and give me something good, because I want to go and get some good benefits, because I'm always very jealous of the Xbox Game Pass. I'm for every console, so whenever you see nice things on the Game Pass, I'm down, because I also have a nice PC. I usually do a lot of things on the PC. But there has been a lot of rumors over here. We're also seeing that the PlayStation Plus also did want to go and expand on the video streaming stuff. If you guys saw that, you guys probably know what kind of news up on there. So kind of to give you guys the quick thoughts on this, because a little bit of a shorter late night video. What do you guys think? Because I do kind of feel like the PlayStation did kind of go and swindle the Xbox and Microsoft a little bit. Now, of course, I would hope that ends long term. They will keep on trying to improve the game and make the game a little bit better. More so make sure the Xbox version's up to par, because there are still paying people out there playing the game and getting the game. And I'd rather the game work on everything than have one console be more superior. And I'm sure that's not intentional. I'm sure they're not trying to do that for proper drama's sake at all. But it is very intriguing that the PlayStation basically did go and swindle them to either make more money from Microsoft to spend more money to get MLB The Show on their actual Game Pass, or just in the fact alone that maybe just kind of like didn't really care that much for the actual port, because they know they don't really necessarily benefit off it if the MLB more so had contract issues on it. But it is kind of intriguing to kind of go and see. I do kind of hope that Sony made a lot of money, because this was definitely very negative. Like this, when this news came out, it was a very negative Sony and PlayStation 5 pretty much few days. So ideally, hopefully they made good money off of it, or at least MLB gave them a good paycheck to go and make this, or maybe just even for the Game Pass, they maybe made a lot of money off of that. But it's kind of nifty to go and see that Sony, as like we keep on always kind of seeing like these kind of clickbaity headlines, and then typically like a week later, we're like, okay, that kind of makes sense from either the Sony or PlayStation 5 news. So kind of intriguing to kind of go and see this. Kind of cool that Sony did kind of go and swindle them out a little bit over here. And I would like to hear your thoughts on this one, because this might be a little bit more on the controversial type video / news going on in the whole gaming infrastructure. But very intriguing stuff, very cool stuff. I think we're kind of pro Sony this week too as well, because if you guys didn't see my video earlier on today, go check it on out. We also saw that the CMOS issue has been finally being addressed as well. It's kind of been a big issue and big drama going on. So very cool stuff to kind of go and see that Sony's actually been pulling some punches out here, and also a lot of big gaming rumors and stuff too as well mixed on in. But that's about it for me for tonight in this video. If you guys want to, keep on checking Amazon for cancellations or just warehouse sales or whatever. If you guys did go get an Amazon drop, major congrats. We'll try our best to get some good restock news for you guys tomorrow. Usually the weekends are a little bit more on the drier side, so we might have some walk-in news or whatever. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream link down below if you guys want to follow. We have the Weeble as well if you guys want to go and deposit $100, get free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go get free Bitcoin. And as always, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, or be subscribed for the PS5 giveaway. And a major GG to Sony for pulling this one on off. Love you guys, and thank you guys all so much for watching.